Toss out all the statistics. Forget about all the previous games. None of it matters anymore except this one game. A game we've all played in our driveways and in our... One game for the Stanley Cup. In Game 7 of Round 2 against Washington, Marc-Andre Fleury stopped an early breakaway by Alex Ovechkin. And Pittsburgh went on to win that series, win that game. He had those heroics in Game 6 of this series as well, and he may need another defining save or two tonight. Chris Osgood was very relaxed this morning. Maybe it's because he's so comfortable at home where he's 11-1 and has surrendered just 18 goals in 12 games this spring. For the Cup is underway at the Joe. Brian Rafalski and Nick Lidstrom playing against Crosby. Back for the puck in their own zone. Long stretch pass intended for Cleary. He'll have to track it down. And the Red Wings keep this alive in the attacking zone. Sergei Gonchar is back. Here's Cleary working feverishly to get loose. Trying to leave the puck behind to Pavel Datsyuk, but Crosby battles him hard and Cleary goes down. Sergei Gonchar up the boards. And not quite out. Lidstrom held the puck in. Zetterberg to Cleary. A bouncer. He's stopped by Fleury. A turn back by Nicholas Lidstrom held the Red Wings in, and they've still got the puck. Henrik Zetterberg leaves the puck for Datsyuk. Brooks Orpik barges into the middle, gets the puck. And now Pittsburgh should get out for the first time as Crosby's bumped at his own bench.
What a great shift by Danny Cleary, too. He was the one that chased down that icing, kept it alive, and then got the good chance at the net.
Johan Franzen in the forecheck, and he gets a big hit on Chris Letang, who bounced right off it and made the play. Those are the kind of plays you have to make in Game 7. Evgeny Malkin is on the ice with Fedotenko and Max Talbot. Here's Fedotenko, number 26, back for Talbot. He's working against Brad Stewart. Letang comes in off the blue line, trying to hold the puck in against Johan Franzen, number 93. Up the boards, Letang again keeps the puck in. Here's Marian Hossa with Valtteri Filppula and Johan Franzen, and he bounces the puck out to center. Mark Eaton takes over for Pittsburgh. His partner Chris Letang is at a good first shift, gets the puck back in over the line, and there's an offside call against Pittsburgh.
Well, one thing you know when you come into the Joe is...
Especially this line. Jordan Staal with Tyler Kennedy and Matt Cook. They can be very influential in this game if they can get that forecheck going, and there's Staal in on Brett Lebda. Michael Samuelsson with an outlet stripped away from Darren Helm. Staal now in pursuit of Lebda, who turns back the other way. Jonathan Ericsson under pressure. Made a play to Thomas Holmstrom. Up the middle goes the speedy Darren Helm. He's got Samuelsson on the other side. Helm in with a forecheck. Knocked the puck loose. Holmstrom trying to center it, hit the back of the net. Helm along the boards, throws another hit. He's had more than any other player in these Stanley Cup playoffs. Jordan Staal deep in his own zone, helping his defense. Rob Scuderi, who had a terrific Game 6, up the boards for Tyler Kennedy. Can't get out against the tenacious checking of Darren Helm. Now into the middle of the ice, a 3-on-2, but Kennedy couldn't take the pass, and Lebda turned him back.
Yeah, that's something there the Penguins can't do. An opportunity to get in on the offense, to get a lick on the Detroit D, and a turnover in the neutral zone.
Both lines have come on the ice for their first shift, so everybody's been into the game now. Miro Shatan into the game for Peter Sikora. Out here with Pascal Dupuis and Craig Adams against Chris Draper, Kurt Maltby, and Yuri Hudler. Brad Stewart slows the pace. He's watched by Dupuis. Nicholas Kronwall. To number 23, Stewart. Long pass to center ice, and Maltby sends an aerial bouncing into the corner. Sergei Gonchar is the first man back. Reverses for Brooks Orpik. He's under pressure. Maltby got the puck. Trying to throw it to the front of the net and make a pass. Taken away by Pascal Dupuis in a big play. Red Wings are offside. Draper tags up. And the Red Wings are changing as Miro Shatan gets the puck deep, and he'll be the last of his line to change. Zetterberg and Datsyuk have come back over the boards with Danny Cleary. That means Crosby's on the ice, and he's not far away from Cleary and Zetterberg. What kind of shift will this one be? Zetterberg trying to make a pass to Datsyuk. It comes to Nick Lidstrom. He shoots, blocked in front of the net. And Cleary again. Pavel Datsyuk backhander. Fleury stopped that. Here's Brian Rafalski. Bobbled the puck as he looked up, and he has to regroup. Rafalski and Lidstrom. Here they come again. A tip in by Pavel Datsyuk. right to Marc-Andre Fleury, and he decides to hold on for a faceoff. And now they're running out of places to stay.
You got it.
Malkin's line stays on here against Fittler's line. Franzen dumps the puck in. A bouncing puck for Fleury. And like a good shortstop, he made himself big and he made the catch.
Not only made the catch, but made sure that he was able to control that hard bounce. You never know where it can go on this ice. It's a hot night again here. The ice has had trouble all 3 games, and this one's just a high flip. Fleury knows that there's pressure coming.
This would be huge to take the lead on the power play. First period, they gang the puck and get it back. Crosby, side of the net. Malkin in front for Guerin. He couldn't pull the trigger. Quick pass, and he just couldn't get a shot away. There's some urgency in this power play already. Gonchar to Sidney Crosby. Evgeny Malkin. Guerin's in front. Letang sneaking in. Backdoor play from the left point. Now he has to retreat. Crosby walks out. Passes to Malkin. The puck skipped over top of his stick. Here's Sergei Gonchar. The crowd forms the shot. Tipped by Crosby. Stopped by Osgood and steered to the boards. Chris Letang. Phil Guerin. Letang for Gonchar. Little pass to Malkin. He's got Crosby at the side of the net. Takes the shot. Stopped by Osgood. Might have been going wide anyway. Crosby relays the puck around the boards for Phil Guerin. Great pressure here. Red Wings will need a change pretty soon, but they can't get the puck. Malkin. Gonchar slides into the middle of the ice. Malkin as the screen sets up from Guerin in front of the net. Here's Crosby. Puck bounced off his stick. But he recovered to get the puck to Chris Letang. Over a minute into the power play. Here's Gonchar to Malkin. Fake like he was going to pass. Takes the shot. Hit the ankle of Nick Lidstrom. Jonathan Ericsson can't come up with a puck. He's playing instead of Stewart on the penalty kill. Malkin. Cross-ice pass. Finally. Fleury tipped the puck and got it out. A minute and a half into the power play. The penalty killers finally get a change.
Jim, a real good sense of urgency for the Pittsburgh Penguins. You go back to Game 5, they struggled with their first power play, and it took away all their momentum. Although they haven't scored, they've got some momentum from this one.
New power play unit is on the ice. Gonchar has stayed. Chris Kunitz. Crosby's still out there. Miro Shatan is with them now. The pass comes to Gonchar. Along the boards now, Sidney Crosby. Eaton steps into the front of the net. Crosby with the pass, and Eaton had his stick checked. Had his stick on the ice, but he couldn't get the puck. Penalty's over. Stewart's back on. But unlike Game 5 here, it was a good power play for Pittsburgh, and that shouldn't take the life out of them because they had some chances. They controlled the puck for 2 minutes. Holmstrom trying to tip the puck in deep, tipped it over the glass. And Jordan Staal comes on with Kennedy. Ruslan Fedotenko for this shift after a power play. Holmstrom, Samuelson. Darren Helm battling the other way. But the Penguins get into the attacking zone. Jordan Staal fending off Ericsson. Played the puck back to Fedotenko. His centering pass. Staal stopped. Rebound to Tyler Kennedy. He shoots and Osgood made the save and might have been bumped. Kennedy again. Lepta took the puck away to Samuelson, and the Red Wings get out to center. Look at Darren Helm go. Trying to get to the puck before Scuderi. Checked him, knocked him down. Stays on the puck. And he gets bumped and knocked down as the puck comes up the boards to Kennedy. Held in by Maltby only for a moment. Here's Matt Cook with a soft shoot-in. Trying to break in himself. Gets to the puck. And he got it away from Nick Lidstrom. Cycles back. Here's Max Talbot. He's got Dupuis with him in front of the net. Pass skipped by Dupuis. In comes Letang off the blue line. Pascal Dupuis. Watched by Nicholas Lidstrom. Back for Matt Cook. He's got Talbot out front. Feeds the point. Here's Chris Letang. Can't get that by Maltby. Turns and fires off the boards. Dupuis couldn't handle it. Maltby got the puck from Lidstrom and gets out to center. Both teams will need a change now. Fleury sets the puck up for Eaton. Chris Draper flying in on the forecheck as the Penguins get out to center. Picked off in the middle of the ice by Zetterberg. Draper at the end of his shift dumps the puck in. Yuri Hudler's in after Mark Eaton. So is Zetterberg there. Brad Stewart holds the puck in. Zetterberg's shot went off a leg. Letang is down, but he's got some help. Greg Adams took a hit, but got the puck out to center. Here's Sidney Crosby, not far away from Zetterberg. Stewart to Zetterberg. Now he's got Crosby chasing him, gave the puck away. and Chris Kunitz put it onto the Red Wing bench.
6 nights ago in this building, Marc-Andre Fleury yanked in the second period, but Peter Sikora, who you'll see here, and Philip Boucher going to him on the bench, both telling him, you are still going to win us this series as soon as you forget about this. The numbers aren't great here, but just like in Game 6, Jim, he makes a couple of huge saves early to keep the Red Wings off the scoreboard.
Penguins get possession off that draw, and Matt Cook tips the puck in. He's with Stahl and Kennedy against the Helm line again. Helm lost control of the puck when checked. A backhander off Matt Cook's stick went up over top of the net. Kennedy, who's had a great start to this game and had 2 points in Game 6, is in forechecking on Eriksson. There's Stahl, held the puck in. Kennedy with a shot. Osgood settles things down. And it is the Red Wings right now who are turning over the puck, even though they're winning faceoffs there.
And right now.
Another faceoff win for Detroit. Filppula beat Malkin. But again, Pittsburgh works hard and gets the puck back. Venetenko. Here's Malkin. Backhand pass out front. Cleared away by Brad Stewart. And a giveaway by Max Talbot. Marian Hossa starts out. He's got Franzen with him. Filppula coming up late. Takes the pass to the net. Deeks stopped before it got through. Malkin checked him on the way back. Great chance for Filppula to turn back.
What a great play by Fleury, too, just in desperation trying to get to that puck.
Talbot raced to the puck at the other end of the ice but couldn't control it. Marian Hossa out of his own zone to Val Filppula again. Moving in on Gonchar. Stops up, front of the net. Kicked away by Marc-Andre Fleury. There's Miro Shatan back to center. He shoots the puck in as the pace picks up even more. Ryan Rafalski is back, can't take the puck with him. Shatan is right on him and takes it back. He cycles back for Chris Kunitz. Crosby's on the ice, double shifting here. And so Zetterberg isn't far away from him as he dumps the puck in. Rafalski gets back. He's got Lidstrom there as an outlet in the corner. Plays the puck ahead to Pavel Datsyuk. Chasing after him is Kunitz. Can't catch him. Datsyuk centering pass. It's there, and Fleury bounces on it before Zetterberg can get to the puck.
And what a tough start for Fleury in this building. He hasn't been all that busy. Go to him, but this one is spectacular. Watch as he follows it across. He gets the poke check on that backside pressure by Malkin. And Filppula is showing his ability to go one-on-one. Tries to pull it to the backhand. What an aggressive, smart play.
Scramble draw. Red Wings get it. Fleury with a wonderful save. Just stopped Kirk Maltby. Red Wings hold the puck in. Yuri Hudler twists and turns. He's got Draper in the slot. Feeds Lebda his shot way wide of the net. Bounces out in a hurry. Eriksson back in behind the net. Rob Scuderi's there up the boards, pinching his Lebda, and it paid off. He held the puck in. Hudler for Maltby, who steps in front of Rob Scuderi. Jordan Stahl pushes Hudler into the mix, then finds the loose puck, and he'll start out. He's got Adams and Cook with it. Pass is tipped, knocked down by Brett Lebda. Back in with Hudler. Lebda's shot missed the net, comes all the way around to Marian Hossa. He's up against Cook. Hossa turns, protects the puck, feeds Eriksson, slap pass, missed everybody. And comes off the boards, and this will allow Matt Cook to get out to center. In fact, he just sends the puck down the ice. No icing on the play. Pittsburgh's getting a change. Hossa weaves his way through the neutral zone. 1-on-4. He just shot the puck in and then went after it. Got Franzen with it. Filppula's back on again for another shift. Their last one was a beauty. Venetenko and Talbot with Evgeny Malkin get out of their own zone. Racing after the puck is Talbot. Throws the puck at the net. Hoped for a bounce to Letang and didn't get it. Letang held the puck in. Venetenko centering, knocked away by Nicholas Cornwall from the front of the net. Malkin is bounced against the boards, but he's got help. Here's Letang from Venetenko. Venetenko comes back to help. Around the outside, in front, Talbot shoots, stopped by Osgood. Out the other way, Mark Eaton holds the puck in. Penguins turn for pressure, late stages of the period. Ruslan Fedotenko, in comes Letang. Fedotenko hangs on around the outside, looking for someone to pass to. Now back along the boards, here's Malkin trying to come out of the crowd. Knocked away by Henrik Zetterberg, and he takes it himself up to center. Running out of time in the period. He's got Franzen with him as he goes wide on Letang. Stops up, lost the puck. It's not cleared though. Lidstrom with a shot that just missed the net. And that'll be it. A frantic end to a fast-paced first period, and there's still no score. Way to win some faceoffs. Detroit just won that one. They're 12-3 in the faceoff circle to start this game. It is scoreless. Zetterberg's on the ice, so is Sidney Crosby as Datsyuk tips the puck in for Detroit. Sergei Gonchar is back. His pass to Bill Guerin. Left the puck for Crosby ahead to Kunitz. Couldn't get it in deep. Lidstrom blocked it, and then it's shot in by Bill Guerin. Kunitz trying to forecheck. Here's Danny Cleary after the puck. Bouncing in the neutral zone, and Crosby gets it. Spins, looking for someone to deal to. Takes the shot, and it fluttered just wide of the net. Brooks Orpik hustled to the puck and kept it in. Here's Kunitz. Guerin trying to get open in front. Zetterberg stuck with him. Crosby's over on the other side. Kunitz to Brooks Orpik. This is a good start to the second period for Pittsburgh. Guerin. Sidney Crosby. Watched by Lidstrom. Back to help out as Pavel Datsyuk and the Red Wings snatch the puck and get out to center. Datsyuk bats it along the boards, and the Red Wings start a change here. The Penguins will need one as well. Orpik will rush to center and likely dump the puck in to finish the change. Max Talbot, there he is again, forechecking right in on Brad Stewart, who stayed with the puck, turned it over, score! Max Talbot gets the game's first goal. Pittsburgh leads 1-0.
A lot of Pittsburgh faithful here in Detroit. Don talked about the impact of Max Talbot getting in first. It's what you do in the first period that sets the tone for the second. The quick forecheck, the turnover by Stewart, and Malkin just directs that puck towards Talbot as he does a heads-up job getting right on it and wasting no time at all. That little hesitation back to his forehand forced Chris Osgood. Watch Osgood as he goes down. He thinks the shot's going to come right away. Now he's got to slide over to his right. Talbot finds the 5-hole to make it 1-0.
Talbot from Malkin. 1:13 into the second period.
And Jimmy, talk about Pittsburgh Penguin hockey. Like Elliot was saying, Mike Yeo, that's where they feel they can have success. Instead of trying to play through the middle ice, get the puck deep, get in on the forecheck, and slowly but surely pick away at this solid defensive pairing by hitting them every chance you can.
Samuelson holds the puck in, threw it at the net, it just about bounced in off Rob Scuderi. Tyler Kennedy trying to clear the puck, Helm wouldn't let him. Here's Michael Samuelson. Has Lebda in a shooting position, turns back, he's in traffic. There's a penalty coming up against Pittsburgh as Eriksson shoots the puck wide. Jordan Staal is going to be penalized for hooking.
And Holmstrom's going as well.
A lot of talent and a lot of ice, and Zetterberg just won another faceoff. Ryan Rafalski puts a shot wide of the net. Just missed, and Chris Kunitz comes up with a puck. Crosby breaks through the middle of the ice, slows up at the blue line. Kunitz shot, knocked down by Rafalski. Back for the puck is Pavel Datsyuk, and he turns up ice. Backhands the puck in against Brooks Orpik, and then chases Sergei Gonchar. Datsyuk got the puck. Zetterberg, Rafalski shoots. That was blocked by the hand of Chris Kunitz. Now he's trying to clear the puck, and he can't do it. Pavel Datsyuk can't handle the bouncing puck, and he's forced out to center. Nicholas Lidstrom. Pittsburgh starting a change. Malkin's come on the ice. So is Danny Cleary. Takes the shot. Now he can't take it. Taken to the boards by Brooks Orpik. Gonchar, long change in this period. He hasn't been able to get off on this ship. Here's Malkin out with Crosby. Malkin shoots. Osgood the save, and he hangs on. No rebound for Sid.
Well, Malkin had a hand in that first goal.
But has 7 goals in these playoffs. He's scored some beauties and some big ones. First goal of this game tonight. Marian Hossa on the ice, still goalless in this series. He and Crosby even in points at 3. Out of his own zone comes Max Talbot. Pascal Dupuis is with him, racing for the net. Osgood pokes the puck away. Dupuis holds it in. Stewart goes after Talbot. Along the boards, Pascal Dupuis checked by Nicholas Kronwall, who took the puck away. A dozen seconds left in the penalties that were called coincidentally. Hossa gets the puck in deep. Marc-Andre Fleury's out to play it. In some trouble here. He bounced the puck off a teammate. Hossa. Pavel Datsyuk's just come on the ice. Back with Marian Hossa for a shift. Holmstrom and Staal have returned to the ice. Matt Cook moves the puck out of his own zone to center. Both teams changing to get their lines in order. There's a pass up the middle. Holmstrom has to gather it in. He's got Samuelson and Helm with him as he gets the puck deep. Fleury out of his net, in trouble again as the puck bounces off the back of the goal. Holmstrom pounced on it. He's got Samuelsson right behind him. Orpik checked him. But Pittsburgh can't get the puck out. Gonchar will try, and he got it by Darren Hellman out.
And this is where the experience of the Red Wings has to take hold. They just can't get rattled, stick to their game plan.
There's Darren Helm to the net, stopped by Fleury, the rebound. Samuelsson couldn't gather it in. Rafalski lost control. Matt Cook trying to break away. Rafalski to the net, the shot. Osgood makes the save, and the net's off. Cook's arguing for a penalty or maybe a penalty shot as Rafalski came back and went straight to the net, the goaltender. Back to 5-on-5 again. Franzen gets the puck deep, and he gets to it before Hal Gill. Franzen takes the shift here with Cleary and Zetterberg. Here's Guerin at center with Kunitz. Crosby coming up late. The long shot is stopped by Osgood. Maybe Pavel Datsyuk's going to play a shift or two with Marian Hossa after all. Here's Henrik Zetterberg. Delays, put the puck just wide of the net. Chris Kunitz up the boards intended for Crosby. He's checked by Johan Franzen. Rafalski takes over. Crosby's hurt. Doubled over after running into Rafalski along the boards, and he's really in trouble as he heads to the bench.
He hurt his knee.
Here's Valtteri Filppula. Stewart goes to the net. The pass comes along the boards to him. He lets it go. Scuderi has Hossa all over him. Pavel Datsyuk playing with Hossa. And Filppula. Well, Datsyuk remains on the wing, but he's playing here with Marian Hossa.
Now, the argument by Sidney Crosby was it was a little bit early, too. The puck had gone by. He wanted an interference call, but his leg exposed when knee-to-knee with Franzen.
Penalty coming up here, and it'll be against Pittsburgh. Hal Gill's going to get it. Crosby's hurt.
That should have been a penalty for interference on Franzen. And what a big swing.
Zetterberg came on and won the faceoff. Yuri Hudler with Franzen in front of the net. Zetterberg walks in, shoots, and takes the goaltender out. The puck's behind the net. Fleury's all right as Craig Adams gets the puck out of his own zone. He's got Max Talbot with him. Takes it wide, takes the shot. Osgood makes the save, and he's forced.
But now with 87, your focus has to just continue to be what's going on the ice, not what's happening back in the room.
Red Wings have a new power play unit on the ice. Rafalski and Lidstrom at the point men. Datsyuk up front with Marian Hossa and Thomas Holmstrom, and you know where he's going to go. Slowly to center, Brian Rafalski. Marian Hossa picks up speed and gets into the attacking zone. Hard around on the boards for Holmstrom. He shoveled the puck intended for Hossa, but the Penguins got it and swiftly cleared it.
Good job of Pittsburgh staying aggressive. You just can't back off this power play, especially with the addition to Datsyuk.
Into the attacking zone again. Datsyuk for Hossa, knocked down by Gonchar. Hossa tracked down the puck and hit the referee's skates. Now around for Holmstrom. Not a chance yet on the power play for Detroit. And now they're 2-on-2 facing Max Talbot, who takes a shot wide of the net. Lively bounce. Lidstrom got back to check Talbot. And the Red Wings get out to center. Marian Hossa. Franzen drops in behind him. He's just come back on the ice. To Lidstrom at the blue line. The screen is set up. The pass to the side of the net. Datsyuk had it bounce off him on the other side. Kronwall shoots. Fleury had that one hit him, and it bounced to the corner. Datsyuk again. Back for Nick Lidstrom. Franzen screening in front. Nicholas Kronwall. Lidstrom, one-timer. Fleury makes the save. Swimming trying to find the puck. Cleared around the boards. Gill's out of the penalty box. Could be a break here. Hal Gill on Nick Lidstrom, who knocked the puck away.
Tough time for it to be Hal Gill coming out there. Gill wasn't ready for it, couldn't quite control it, and the first thing he was looking for, Jim, is to get off the ice. Instead, he had a chance offensively.
A good penalty kill by the Pittsburgh Penguins. Cleary just got a high stick in the face as he crossed the blue line undetected. Here's Evgeny Malkin. First shift after a penalty kill. Ruslan Fedotenko and Pascal Dupuis are within. Chris Letang down the boards, kept the puck here. Stewart and Dupuis come together. Pascal Dupuis, Malkin's gone to the front of the net. Fedotenko's pass went off Osgood. He tipped it and got the puck to Franzen. Here's Cleary racing down the middle is Brad Stewart. He's checked on the play by Letang, and the puck comes to Fleury, who hangs on.
Well, you mentioned the good penalty kill of the Penguins, Jim.
Stahl and Malkin remain the two big centers, and they'll have to step up now. They'll get some extra ice time. Jordan Stahl deep in his own zone, makes an outlet pass. Bill Guerin to center. This is Stahl filling in for Crosby with Guerin and Kunitz. Bouncing puck for Osgood, and he lays it back in the corner. Red Wings get possession. Darren Helm. Lebda. Right on the stick of Samuelson, who gets the puck deep. He's bumped by Hal Gill. Fans wanted a penalty. They don't get one as Guerin clears the puck to center.
Jim, that's been a much talked about play all series long. The interference when the puck's been dumped in. And Dan Bilesman has been pretty happy with the way it's been called, and that one I'm sure he's ecstatic that there was no call again.
Samuelson and Peel again. Chris Draper's right there. Tyler Kennedy has to turn back. Rob Scuderi will give him a hand here up the boards for Kunitz, and he'll battle Brad Stewart and gets the puck out. Here's a 2-on-1. Talbot with Kennedy. Talbot shoots. He scores! Talbot's got two, and Pittsburgh's ahead in Detroit 2-0.
Well, Don Cherry's Grinders at it again. It's the Detroit Red Wings trying to create something out of nothing. A pinch on the wall by Stewart. That creates the 2-on-1, and a smart move by Talbot. A difficult decision. He didn't have a one-time shot at the other end, so simplify your game. An absolute perfectly placed shot up and over the elbow of Chris Osgood. And too many times, Jim, you try to make a fancy play. Instead, he knows he's got a guy going to the net. Instead of trying to pass through anybody.
Second of the game, his 8th of the playoffs, set up by Kunitz and Scuderi.
That's where our goal is 8th of the playoffs.
2-0, no Crosby in the game. Malkin has 1 point. Here's Rafalski to Nick Lidstrom. Off the end boards intentionally. Host is there trying to track down the puck. He's got Valtteri Filppula with him. Watch the Red Wings try and pick it up here now and get at least one before the end of the period. Rafalski holds the puck in. Nicholas Lidstrom, slap pass, nobody can tip it. Franz into the front of the net. Filppula tipped it right on. Rebound. Fleury's got that. He's down low, and Franzen's got the puck. Here's Lidstrom. Ryan Rafalski. Back for Nick Lidstrom. Filppula screening. Shot is off the end boards again. Taken by Letang and cleared. That's the push you would expect from Detroit after giving up the second goal.
Once again, Fleury does an excellent job of just battling through traffic, finding that loose puck, and Filppula had a couple of whacks at it, but with those pads down in a perfect butterfly, no chance at all to find room.
Here's Letang out of his own zone for Pittsburgh. Miro Shatan playing with Evgeny Malkin. Here's Shatan. Malkin. Dupuis races to the net. Malkin lost control of the puck. Zetterberg up the boards. Pavel Datsyuk is back with him. Dan Cleary is up there as well. And it's Cleary who is just offside.
We've got to get focused and find some energy to get back in this hockey game.
Red Wings get the draw. Here's Dan Cleary. Reach of Gill got him, but Zetterberg was there to help out. He overskated the puck, and here comes Evgeny Malkin. Got Miro Shatan with him, and Ruslan Fedotenko. Osgood plays the puck. Nicholas Kronwall didn't see anything he likes, so he went back the other way. Stewart up the boards, just about gave it away to Malkin. Here's Darren Helm. Cleary. Trying to center, can't do it. 3 Red Wings are below the goal line. Zetterberg threw the puck at the net. It hit the goaltender. Kronwall with a shot. Fearlessly blocked by Miro Shatan. And he got a quick whistle here as the puck went up in the air and
That shot to get through.
And neither of those two are known as
Not exactly
shot
known
blockers.
for that, are they? More for Flamingos than blocking.
Here's Darren Helm scrambling after the puck. His centering pass. Samuelson can't find it. It was knocked away from him. Greg Adams to center. Here's Max Talbot again. Slotted in as a 3rd or 4th line player. He's been playing with Evgeny Malkin. And he has scored. He's a 46 goal scorer in junior at Hull. And he's got 2 monstrous goals here tonight.
It's amazing what confidence will give you, too. You get that early one, and everything goes into your mind. Your legs feel looser, your hands feel great, and all of a sudden you feel like you can do anything.
Here comes Chris Kunitz. Guerin is with him. He threw the puck towards the net. Guerin tracks it down along the boards. Kunitz turns, takes the shot. That was blocked by Lebda. Now it's the Red Wings who can't seem to do anything they want.
They need an energy shift. They need to get banging some bodies and taking a page out of the Penguins. how they were able to get themselves going, get pucks in deep and start hitting.
There's Jonathan Ericsson, weaves into the attacking zone, but Chris Draper coming off the bench was inches offside.
More than ever, the Red Wings need his production.
Tyler Kennedy, Max Talbot, Matt Cook take a shift together here as Pittsburgh's lines are jumbled without Sidney Crosby, who still hasn't returned to the bench. Here's Brian Rafalski. Great outlet pass, Pavel Datsyuk. Danny Cleary with him. He gets the puck deep and tries to get by Gonchar. Matt Cook comes back to help out. Tyler Kennedy back the other way. Cleary jumps in and gets the puck. Zetterberg's out front. So is Datsyuk. Cleary can't center. Zetterberg up the boards. Lindstrom had a bouncing puck, and there's been a lot of that. On a warm day, and the ice isn't great. Zetterberg trying to jump in, intercept a clearing attempt, and couldn't do it. Lindstrom to Datsyuk. The pace right now that is slowed favors the team with the lead. Red Wings can't get any jump going.
I think I'm watching Pavel Datsyuk out there too. You remember, this is just his third game back. And to me, he looks like he's laboring a bit. Doesn't seem to have that jump and that ability to stop and start like he does so effectively when he's playing well.
Malkin to Fedotenko. Malkin stays on here with Fedotenko. Greg Adams takes a shift with him, and he pursues Nicholas Kronwall, who's back for the Red Wings. He's in some trouble. Extricates himself and got the puck ahead to Marian Hossa with Filkeda and Franzen. Fleury's out to meet the puck. Knocked down on the glass by Fedotenko. Ahead to Malkin, and the Penguins get out. Now they're trying to get to the intermission with their 2-0 lead intact. Brad Stewart over the blue line is turned back. Here's Mark Eaton looking for Malkin along the boards. Gino's checked by Stewart. Fedotenko comes over, and the pass comes back to Nick Kronwall.
Jim, this is the challenge when you're a puck possession team like the Red Wings are. When you need to come back, they don't dump and chase. And we've seen so many times they get caught at the blue line here. They stand up and a turnover like that.
Or an offside.
At times, you have to get the puck in deep. You have to get some energy shifts, and they haven't been able to do it yet.
Samuelson with a hot shot on net and no rebound. That's what he wanted for Darren Helm, who was streaking to the net. Draper and Kunitz on the draw. Hudler got the puck to Lindstrom. His slap pass hit his skate. Rafalski with another hard pass at the side of the net. Hudler battling Kunitz. Now they're both down. Draper standing over them. Gonchar comes out of that scrum with a puck. Up the boards. Good work to fight the puck out by Bill Guerin, but a turnover, and back comes Chris Draper. Maltby goes to the net. There's the shot. It's blocked before it got through by Orpik. And then a picked-off pass by Jordan Staal, and he's racing after the puck. Poked away by Lindstrom, so Staal couldn't get to it. He did on the end boards, though. Plays it back. The shot off the wing. Adams went wide of the net. Now Gill holds the puck in. Miro Shatan. Adams in to help him. Cal Gill with a wrist shot that floats wide of the net. Hudler off the boards and out to Kirk Maltby. Adams comes back. He and Maltby battle here. And Max Talbot takes the puck. Out of his own zone to Adams. Penguins haven't had much trouble getting out. That was a tip all the way down the ice. Ericsson's back, and it's an icing call against Pittsburgh. They won't be able to change.
Not to assume, but didn't look like he'd be returned.
It's a big faceoff after an icing call. Talbot stays on. Got some help from Craig Adams to win the draw. Red Wings hold the puck in. Datsyuk to Zetterberg. He shoots. That deflected to the end boards. Might have gone off Cleary, who was screening in front. Here's Nick Lidstrom. Screen shot deflected, and Fleury's got it. You just knew that if Detroit could get the puck off that faceoff, they'd attack with all of the players they sent on in the icing call.
Jim, they've scored 2 goals off of icings earlier in the series where they were able to get a tired Pittsburgh team a good pinch. But watch Fleury fight through. Cleary ends up hitting it with his knee, but then he gets back up, gets in position, and somehow finds that puck through a maze of bodies and able to hold on to give the Pittsburgh Penguins that chance.
Missing Crosby, their best faceoff man. He's over 50%. They don't have anybody else in that category. Fedotenko came in and scrambled to draw, won it with his feet. Here's Brian Rafalski. Franzen gets the puck in. Filppula will race in after it. Hosa's coming in with it. Pushed down by Gonchar, but Hosa's there to get the puck. Bill Lidstrom, his slap shot is deflected wide of the net by Hosa. Malkin takes a hit along the boards. Fedotenko trying to help him, can't get it out. Johan Franzen, Hosa shoots, that's deflected wide. Lidstrom with a shot, Fleury with the save. Rebound to the blue line, not out. Rafalski held it in. A pass for Lidstrom, he got it and shot it into the corner after it was tipped and deflected right at him. Johan Franzen is back. Red Wings already really bringing their defensemen into the action here, trying to get close. Here's a chance for Franzen, he shoots! Fleury doesn't know where the puck is. It got by him. Darren Helm along the boards. He thought maybe he had it in his equipment, but he didn't. Hudler, Kronwall shoots just wide of the net. Now the Red Wings have really picked it up. Here's Garrett battling hard with Helm. Hudler's in there as well. And the Penguins get a hold of the puck. Chris Kunitz dumps it in. Stewart's the first man back.
So much more net presence in front of Fleury on the last 3 shifts by the Red Wings. They're getting that to that shoot the puck from everywhere, get bodies in front. That last shot Fleury never even saw.
And the Red Wings need more of that. A long pass at center tipped by Michael Samuelsson on for Fleury, who couldn't get a bounce in this building in the first 2 games and got a fortunate one there. Here they come again. Pavel Datsyuk swept away from him. He's got Zetterberg and Cleary with him. Lidstrom and Rafalski are playing a lot now. Datsyuk twists and turns, trying to lose Talbot. Lidstrom from the blue line. Trying to keep the puck in, it bounced to Datsyuk. Rafalski, side of the net, backhand shot by Zetterberg is kicked out by Fleury just as the buzzer sounds to end the second period.
Another big save for Fleury, and this is a tough play for Zetterberg because he's on his backhand. If that's a right-handed shot, that one might have been in the back of the net. Fleury able to read it, get across quickly.
And you know that they'll be attacking the Penguins. And so the third period of Game 7 from Detroit is underway with Pittsburgh leading 2-0. Holmstrom gets the puck deep. He's out here with Pavel Datsyuk and Marian Hossa in a different line to start this period. Datsyuk protects the puck from Gonchar. Hossa threw it at the net. Fleury made a save. Pavel Datsyuk again pursued by Gonchar. Just about got away from it. Jordan Staal back defensively. Battling there with Holmstrom. Got the puck to Gonchar. He got it out to center.
So obviously with offense needed, Mike Babcock feels that he has to get Marian Hossa going. And the way to do that is put him back with Pavel Datsyuk.
Deep in his own zone, Kunitz had the puck swept away. Johan Franzen leads it in the corner. No teammates are there. They're on a change, so the Penguins should be able to get out of their own zone. Gonchar advanced the puck through a crowd. Here's Brad Stewart. Nicholas Kronwall. Shatan comes straight at him. He's got Gonchar with him. And Ruslan Fedotenko. I wonder how careful Pittsburgh will play with this lead. There's Danny Cleary trying to get to the net. He's with Franzen and Zetterberg now. Stewart for Zetterberg, and he tips the puck in deep. Cleary goes after Scuderi. Johan Franzen turns away from Hal Gill, turns back into the corner. Can't center it. Ruslan Fedotenko collapses back, gets the puck to the blue line, and Stewart stopped it once, but not the second time. Cleary moves back to the attack again with Zetterberg along the boards. Trying to move the puck to Zetterberg. He couldn't get it there, and Fedotenko cut it off and sends it to center. Both teams need a change here. 2 minutes into the third. There's Franzen. Late in the shift. In with Filppula. Turn back. A race for the puck. And Jonathan Ericsson easily gets there. Filppula just onside. He turns in the neutral zone and is back in. Valtteri Filppula. Brett Leibduk. Michael Samuelsson is there, so is Yuri Hudler. This is a different looking line. They've all been juggled by Detroit. Hudler and Samuelsson. Now Filppula comes up with a puck. To Jonathan Ericsson. His slap shot is stopped by Fleury and sent to the corner. Filppula bumps hard with Tyler Kennedy. Michael Samuelsson is there. Mark Eaton's all over him. Talbot poked the puck back for his defenders to try and get it out. There's a penalty coming up.
He was going to come out.
Red Wings win the draw. Lidstrom fires a shot. Right, a ricochet, but it went wide of the net. They're on the power play for the second time. Holmstrom battles hard, can't get the puck. Scuderi can't quite clear it, but he did get it outside the blue line as Rafalski knocked it down. Back in comes Pavel Datsyuk. Holmstrom heads for the front of the net. Now in behind it where the puck goes. Marian Hossa along the boards for Thomas Holmstrom. Back to Hossa, and to the blue line, Brian Rafalski has Lidstrom on the other side. Holmstrom sets up the screen. Hossa shoots, just missed the net. Datsyuk to Lidstrom. What a battle going on in front of the net. Rafalski to Lidstrom. To Pavel Datsyuk, his backhander gets it back to his forehand. Passes off. Hossa shoots, that's blocked. Rafalski shoots, that's blocked in front of the net. Holmstrom's wiped out. Rafalski again, Holmstrom's back out. Lidstrom fakes the shot, takes the shot. Fleury made the save after fighting off Thomas Holmstrom. He chopped at him. Samuelsson back on the points. Zetterberg is up front. He's got Hudler and Franzen with it. Nicholas Kronwall into the attacking zone. Zetterberg to the wing. A hot shot missed the net from Jiri Hudler. And because he was at that angle, the puck comes all the way down into the Detroit zone. Michael Samuelsson is back. Detroit to center. Passes out of the reach of Hudler. He'll chase after it. Orpik gets back through the puck up the boards. It got a Pittsburgh bounce. And Talbot sends it all the way down the ice. Brian Rafalski back on with Lidstrom. Another pass missed. And that sends the Red Wings back, and that'll just about do it in the penalty.
A great aggressive penalty kill again by the Penguins. Now we need to just focus 5-on-5 of keeping the energy, getting the pucks deep, and don't change a thing. You can't just sit back and hope to defend the last 15 and a half.
Penalty's over. Eaton's back on. 4.5 minutes into the period. Sidney Crosby hasn't budged from the bench. Evgeny Malkin is now with Miro Shatan. Ruslan Fedotenko. Nicholas Lidstrom straight up the middle. Draper tipped the puck by Orpik. Backhand shot into the corner. Here's Kirk Maltby after the puck to Draper. They're playing with Darren Helm now. A lot of energy, a lot of great skaters in this line. Letang up the boards. Fedotenko battles hard against Eriksson. Can't get the puck out. Letang will try again. Now he's got a little space. Red Wings back off. They won't flush him out. Here's Brooks Orpik. Along the boards to Fedotenko. He chopped at the puck and got it in deep, and the Penguins change again. Out of his own zone, Brad Stewart. Valtteri Filppula trying to do it himself. Needed help from Stewart. Into the attacking zone. Here's Val Filppula. Turns along the board. Samuelsson with him. So is Jiri Hudler. Filppula does it himself. Nobody out front to pass to. Hudler's in his hip pocket. For the blue line, Stewart awaited the puck. And he had Penguins right there, and they're able to clear the puck to center. Stewart again advances the puck. Filppula with Hudler gets into the attack. Samuelsson comes up late and heads for the net. So does Stewart, who fires a shot, and it bounced off a body and then wide of the net. Along the boards, the Penguins, Jordan Staal can't get the puck out, held in. Hudler for Samuelsson. Overcomes Gonchar, hard up the boards. Filppula holds the puck in. Watched by Pascal Dupuis. Turns back. Can't get position on Dupuis, and Jordan Staal gets the puck. Hudler missed the puck at center ice. Eaton's able to dump it in. There's a change underway for Pittsburgh. Matt Cook gets into the forecheck. This is what Pittsburgh needs to continue. Now that they're back to 5-on-5, there's Max Talbot. Aggressively to the boards. Pavel Datsyuk though got the puck. Holmstrom goes to the net. Datsyuk taken out of the play by Brooks Orpik. Battle along the boards. Guerin is there. Hossa can't get his stick free. The shot from the point grazed the post and came right back out in front. Letang off the boards. The center for Guerin. Lebda comes over to take the puck.
And you know exactly where 96 is going to be. Every time he's on the ice, he's right in the kitchen of Fleury, trying to get at least some traffic to get a lucky one.
There's Evgeny Malkin. But there still hasn't been a lot of sustained pressure by Detroit, except for the early part of the power play.
Yeah, just try to continually make plays, chip it out, get it deep like that, force the Detroit Red Wings to go 200 feet as many times as they can.
Don't get caught, don't get tired. Take an icing call.
And short shifts for everybody, absolutely. Look at how quickly they're changing. The D don't want to get caught on an extended pressure and get dead tired.
Here's Johan Franzen with Cleary and Zetterberg. Cleary has the puck. Zetterberg comes over in support. Cleary goes to the front of the net. Zetterberg on his backhand to Nick Lidstrom. Just fires the puck off the lively boards. And backward is Tyler Kennedy. Made a play to Max Talbot and back. And between the two of them, they get the puck to center. Miro Shatan shoveled it ahead. Here's Talbot. He's already got two. This time poke check by Nick Lidstrom. Max Talbot has both goals in the second period for Pittsburgh. His 7th and 8th of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Turning up ice is Michael Samuelsson. Filppula couldn't take the pass. Here comes Tyler Kennedy back the other way. And again, short shifts get the puck deep and change.
Look at the clock just continues to turn. This is perfect for the Penguins. No sustained pressure, lots of play, no whistles.
There's Samuelsson with Filppula. And back to Jonathan Ericsson. Brett Lebda gathers the puck in. Made a pass to Hoodler. Filppula. It's a rough ride from Orpik. Filppula again to Brett Lebda. Screen shot tipped by a Penguin and then wide of the net. Malkin couldn't quite clear the puck. Ericsson to Hoodler. Back to Jonathan Ericsson. Walks in and shoots. Fleury made the save. Rebound is loose. They battle away for the puck. And the Penguins get it. And get it by Lebda out. Here comes Evgeny Malkin barreling down the right wing. Ericsson came over to meet him. Malkin fights him off. Waits for fresh teammates to arrive and keeps the puck in deep. Matt Cook is there. He's got Craig Adams with him. Cook works feverishly out of the corner to the blue line and Rob Scuderi. In deep, the puck comes around to Max Talbot. He couldn't control it. Red Wings can't get out. Turned over. And Chris Osgood finally stops play. But the clock works against the Red Wings. Just 10:25 left to go in the third. Brooks Orpik stepping up in the third period.
87 to let you know.
He won the draw. He made him take his first shift to the faceoff in the attacking zone. Mark Eaton holds the puck. Shot high and wide off the stick of Craig Adams. Bill Guerin on this forward line as well. Here's Marian Hossa for the Red Wings out to center. Crosby's back defensively. Filppula tries wide on Letang. Can't get to the net. Poked away by Fleury, and Chris Letang had a huge game. Gets the puck out to center. Crosby now completes his shift and heads to the bench.
Not your typical intense Crosby shift, but nonetheless, he made it through. And I'm sure for Dan Bylsma, his heart was pumping that entire shift. Don't get caught, don't get an icing where I have to keep you out there when you're fatigued and sore.
Just 4 shots in the third period for Detroit. None for Pittsburgh, but they have the lead. Cleary, Franzen, and Zetterberg are in deep for the Red Wings. Zetterberg looking back for the blue line. Cleary and Franzen went to the net, now to the boards after the puck. Malkin tried to clear the puck. Stewart kept it in. And Cleary centering pass. Franzen's there. His stick is tied up by Sergei Gonchar. Out to center, Ruslan Fedotenko makes the smart play, dumps the puck deep.
Great play by Gonchar. Jimmy didn't panic and overplay it and even take a penalty. He knew he had good positioning and just stayed with it.
9 minutes to go in the third period. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Stanley Cup final game 7. Brad Stewart deep in his own zone. Valtteri Filppula to Nicholas Kronwall. Michael Samuelsson, his pass. Filppula shoots off the stick of Jordan Staal.
You don't want to sacrifice your team.
Pavel Datsyuk won the faceoff. Lidstrom put the puck up the inboards. It bounces to the front of the net again. There's those lively boards that really haven't come into play tonight. Matt Cook advances the puck. Osgood out to meet it. There's Brian Rafalski to an open wing. Hossa has to turn back to get the puck. Craig Adams forced into the middle of the ice with the absence of Sidney Crosby, playing a lot of center here in the back half of the game as Hossa moves in on net. Big rebound. Holmstrom can't get there. Chopped at by Cook, and he got the puck to center for Pittsburgh. Bouncing puck from Marian Hossa. 8 minutes to go in the third period. 2-0 Pittsburgh. On the night the Stanley Cup will be presented. Here's Johan Franzen, taken away by Dupuis. Held in, a bouncing puck. Dan Cleary settles it down. into the slot. Franzen's shot was blocked. Another shot by Stewart deflected wide of the net. Conchar off the boards. Pascal Dupuis out to center, just out of the reach of Bill Guerin. Nicholas Kronwall. Henrik Zetterberg got by Bill Guerin into the attacking zone across the ice. Here's Danny Cleary. Makes the pass too hot to handle for Franzen. Cleary battles to the front of the net. Jordan Staal took the puck away from Franzen. Over the head of Stewart. He had no idea where the puck was. And he started the race late, but Kronwall got back. He saw the puck. His partner didn't. Here's Cleary again, and on Chris Letang. They both go down, and Malkin is back for the puck. Battles it up the boards. Fedotenko gets it out. Shatan races over to get it. 2-on-1. Fedotenko to the net. Just out of his reach. Out at center, Mark Eaton awaits the arrival of the puck and dumps it right back in again for Pittsburgh. Under 7 minutes to go in the third period. Rafalski forced to turn back. Off the boards to Yuri Hudler. Samuelson's one-timer, he fanned on it. A bouncing puck back to the slot. Cleared away by Max Talbot. Miro Shatan got the puck up the boards. Lidstrom held it in as he so often does. Samuelson with Hudler in front. Filppula breaking the front of the net. The pass hit the skate of Letang. Filppula takes over. There's a screen in front. Lidstrom takes the shot. Tipped out of the air and wide of the net. Battling again is Talbot up the boards. Can't get the puck out. The Red Wings keep the pressure on. Yuri Hudler turns back into traffic for Nick Lidstrom. On the other side, Kronwall shot, he scores! Eriksson! Jonathan Eriksson!
The legs are burning, the lungs are aching, and the Penguins just trying to hold on. And a cross-ice pass that Fleury just misreads. A knuckler a bit, maybe it might have hit the Penguin forward, but this is one that he went out high and it went underneath his arm. Hold on to your seat.
Lidstrom and Hudler get the assists. And Jonathan Eriksson's goal, his fourth of the playoffs, and here they come again. Marian Hossa's turned back at the blue line. Eriksson fell down. Tyler Kennedy for Craig Adams intercepted and cleared away by Nicholas Kronwall. Pavel Datsyuk plays the puck back. 5.5 anxious minutes to go in the third period. Both teams are changing. Eriksson quickly out of his own zone. Zetterberg. Johan Franzen to the net. Deflected just wide of the goal. Zetterberg held the puck in. Here's Danny Cleary. Up the boards. Lidstrom on his offside. Tipped in front of the net by Zetterberg just wide of the goal. Now the storm is coming from the Red Wings. Zetterberg turns, falls, trying to get back up again. Cook knocked the puck up the boards. Jordan Staal starts out to center. He's got Bill Guerin with him as he dumps the puck in. First man back, Brian Rafalski. Guerin's right on him. Lidstrom. Franzen. Can't quite get by Malkin, who battled hard. To an open wing, Max Talbot. Everyone is standing. 21,000 at the Joe. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Bouncing puck to center. Here's Valtteri Filppula. Yuri Hudler behind him. Takes the shot deflected wide of the net into the corner. Off the boards. Talbot takes a hit. Got the puck to center. Kronwall to Stewart, and the Red Wings try and move back in. Turned back by Ruslan Fedotenko. Stewart to Kronwall. Intercepted. Here's Evgeny Malkin. He shoots. Osgood makes the save. Rebound is right there, and Hudler comes back to get it. Here's Michael Samuelsson back to center. He's got Filppula with him going wide. Hudler coming up late. Dumps the puck in deep. Yuri Hudler. Bumped and knocked down. It's Orpik again, but Filppula got the puck. Kronwall holds the puck in. Filppula into the slot, all the way over to Rafalski. He shoots. Blocked before it got through. Tyler Kennedy up the boards. Desperately after the puck. Chris Kunitz. Now he'll kill some time. Under 4 minutes to go in the third period. Jordan Staal has the puck deep. Trying to make sure it stays along the boards, working the clock. Red Wings get out to center. Pavel Datsyuk is there. Marian Hossa is right with him, but they're turned back. Lidstrom, he'll barely leave the ice here in the dying minutes of this game. Holmstrom heads to the net. The pass, it's a rolling puck on bad ice. And Talbot got the draw back, and the Penguins get the puck. And Craig Adams gets it out over his own blue line to center. Ruslan Fedotenko gets it deep. Osgood awaits it, put it around on the boards, but there's Max Talbot to hold it in. Fedotenko lets it go. Craig Adams steps in for Pittsburgh. This is where they want to keep the Red Wings. 3 minutes to go, third period, 2-1 Pittsburgh. Johan Franzen and Zetterberg can't get out of his own zone. Osgood to Franzen with Cleary and Zetterberg. The shooting knocked out of the air by Hal Gill, but he fumbled the puck. Scuderi to the open side, racing in his Cornwall, and he holds the puck in for the Red Wings. Gill staples Zetterberg to the boards. Franzen comes in to help. Nowhere to go. Jordan Staal steps in for Pittsburgh. Gets some help from Scuderi here as they poke the puck loose along the boards, working inch by inch, trying to get it out. Franzen, Cleary to the blue line. Here's Nicholas Cornwall. Shoots and he hit the crossbar. Up high and off the crossbar in a close call. It was almost 2-2.
What a play by Cornwall. Just quick feet, jumped into the hole, and that one just fooled Fleury as well.
Here they come again. Brad Stewart to the blue line. Hossa gets the puck deep. Mark Eaton is back. Sergei Gonchar fights along the boards, can't get out. Stewart held the line. Pavel Datsyuk has the puck. Marian Hossa there with him. Valtteri Filppula has come on with him as well. Inching down the boards. Rafalski trying to hold the puck in, and he does for a moment. Gets some help from Datsyuk. And Eaton clears the puck to center. A minute and a half to go in the third period. 2-1 Pittsburgh. Eaton steps in. Penguins desperately get the puck to center. Osgood looking towards the bench, anxious, wanting to lead. Here comes Filppula. He shoots. Another fluttering puck got up in the air off the stick of Filppula and out of play with 1:17 to go. Walski and Lidstrom on the ice as well. They gang the puck and win the draw. Nicholas Lidstrom along the boards. Cleary wrapped up by Hal Gill. Datsyuk couldn't get the puck. Chipped out by Max Talbot. Craig Adams with an open net to shoot at. Took a go at it, and Lidstrom knocked the puck down. We're into the last minute of the third period, game 7. In come the Red Wings. Zetterberg to the net. Picked off. Scuderi just off the glass and out. Ryan Rafalski is back for the puck. Johan Franzen. Danny Cleary goes after the puck. Scuderi comes straight in him. Datsyuk covering around, looking for a loose puck. The Penguins battle again and win it. Staal to Adams and out. As Zetterberg moves back in, the Red Wings are offside with 32 seconds to go. Zetterberg gets the draw. Quickly, they move the puck over to Hossa. Breaks it in the right wing. Took a shot off the end of Fleury's glove. Holmstrom is after the puck. Desperately, the Red Wings are trying to come up with it. But the puck is under Brooks Orpik, and he gets a whistle with 6.5 seconds to go. Jordan Staal. Henrik Zetterberg. Again. Scramble draw comes to the point. Rafalski shoots. Knocked down in a mad scramble. Lidstrom shoots at a tremendous save by Fleury. They've done it. The Penguins have done it. Sidney Crosby and the Penguins have won the Stanley Cup. A fantastic save as the seconds ticked off the clock. Marc-Andre Fleury had his finest game. Sidney Crosby had to watch in anguish from the bench, and the Penguins held off the attack of the Red Wings. Nick Lidstrom had the tie on his stick.
With every ounce of energy, Fleury throws his body across and somehow makes the save. The agony and the ecstasy of Game 7.
The handshake at the end of the Stanley Cup final, one of the greatest traditions in all of sport.
bronze line.
Sidney Crosby, you will be the youngest captain to hoist the Stanley Cup. Congratulations.
The ice in the dying seconds against the best players. As Marc-Andre Fleury hoists the cup to the cheers of his teammates.